Welcome everyone to a financially forward masterclass series, and this is our seventh session basically, and third session of module two. And I'm Smita, and I'll be co-hosting the show with Poonam, and I'm a CA as well as a coach. And before we start the session for today, I will do a little recap, which is a ritual of every session we have. So we've covered we're covering three modules here. The first module which we covered was about money basics and daily finance, wherein talked about credit cards and decoding of a salary slip, budgeting and emergency fund. Then in the module two came about savings and investments. We covered mutual funds, and then we covered different kinds of investment like PPF, etc., RDs, FDs, and REITs. And today's is an interesting one because we'll be covering insurance. So let me hand it over to Poonam to talk about it.
Hello everyone. I am Poonam. Hello everyone. I am Poonam. As Smita told that we already have two sessions where we covered that the money that we have for investment for our short-term and long-term purposes, where we can invest. And now today we will discuss about health insurance. In health insurance, we won't discuss about that which is the best plan, where should I take it from. No, we are not going to cover this. We will cover why it is important, and particularly for women. And that's few mistakes that I made. I observed that my known to made, that everyone can should keep that in mind, that not to do such kind of mistakes, and what steps we can keep in mind before buying an insurance or while the continuity of an insurance. And the next we will talk about, it's not about only your health, it's the health insurance of your family. And now we will not discuss in detail, but will show you what all kind of insurance are there in the market and which you can benefit for your depending upon your need or requirement. So Smita, I feel that let me start with my story. When I was child, my parents my did not take my health insurance, and I observed that whenever my mother falls sick, that's beside taking care of her in hospitals and other family responsibilities which she used to discharge, there is a financial burden every time she went to hospital, and that erode, or that's the whole money we saved, it's just swipe in few days. So that was the case. And maybe you have also observed that there are many families who do not take health insurance, and health is such a thing that any illness can come to any point of time to anybody. And if it's a small hospitalization, even for a small things like stone, etc., then it costs you a loss hospitalization, then all the savings just go for a toss, or it's swiped from your account in a day or two. So it's difficult to recoup. Uh, that's led me to understand the importance of insurance. Now, the insurance is important for anyone because anyone can fall sick, but it is very important for women. Women, for many reasons, because women go through the menstrual cycles, they are pregnant, they face the pregnancy, childbirth, and menopause related um, issues. And besides that, there are certain diseases like the cervical cancer, breast cancer, which I observed, and the fact exists that it happens more to women. More women are more prone to these kind of diseases. So here my purpose is not to make you afraid that all that women suffer from all these kind of things, but to make you aware that do take best care of your health, do all the things which make you healthy, but at the same time, just ensure when some unplanned such kind of things happen, then you are also ready by taking health insurance. And health insurance, by paying a certain amount, you can take the health insurance. So while taking the health insurance, many things need to be taken care of. Smita, would you like to cover that? The things that need to be covered up?
Yeah, so Poonam, you've rightly said that your money can vanish because of the hospitalization expenses because they're generally huge. So I always say that there are two things one should invest. One is in health and health insurance. Both are really, really important. Health, because if you keep your health intact, then diseases nothing would come in. And insurance, if something comes in, that's a preventive one. So like annual checkups, or you can go to diagnostics. Diagnosis happening every regularly, and even going for counseling for mental health issues as well. So these are all preventive kind of a thing, so that it helps you prepare you in case of any emergency. So and as you said, a woman goes through different stages of life, and she juggles between a lot of things like her work, her family, her home, and also sometimes she puts herself last. So in that in taking care of herself at the last, there can be chances that she can neglect her health. So it's very important not only to take insurance for herself but also for her family. And so yeah, so that's why it becomes really, really important for a woman.
Right, Smita. Right. Now, preventive health checkup. That's uh, the general plan comes with the health insurance where we generally pay the annual premium. It can be the frequency can be any, but it's generally associated with the preventive health checkups. Preventive health checkup doesn't mean the annual health checkup and diagnose one. And if you feel that you are mentally not stable, getting disturbed, anxiety because of lot of reasons, then the mental counseling, that health checkup counseling is also very important that your health insurance gives you. Now, let
Yeah.
me share with practical examples that I faced, that mistakes I did and I observed. That's because I told you that my parents did not take health insurance. And when I grew up, I joined corporate. And till many years, I did not take medical insurance because I was happy because I have a corporate insurance which is because I am covered and my parents are covered. And whenever my mom fell sick, so that insurance is suffice for us. And I think it's good. There is no need to take insurance. But many years later, I realized that it's equally important to take a personal insurance, even if one
Yes.
has a corporate insurance, because of multiple reasons. Sometimes the corporate insurance have certain clauses like the co-payment clause where the corporate will pay up to the 80% or 90%, 10% you have to pay from your pocket. Another thing is that certain diseases are not covered in certain kind of insurance depending upon the organizations, like the in some cases maternity is not covered. Like this is the case my colleague faced, certain medical maternity expenses are not allowed. This is the case. Again, the thing is that this is the mistake I did. And what I observed that couple of my friends who took the insurance, they noticed that they took the insurance because it is too cheap, or someone bought the insurance because it is too renowned and have a so and so much tag with their name. They buy it. They want to buy the costlier thing because they think that the costliest health insurance is the best. But from all these experiences, I learned that few things we should keep in mind. The one, even though you have a corporate insurance, must take a personal insurance. It is for multiple reasons. Because if you take the corporate insurance and not the personal insurance, and later you face any problem, then the cost would be very high. But if you take at the later stage of your life, then the premium would be high, because as the age goes up, age increases, the insurance premium also increases. At the earlier stage, certain diseases, at the later stage, generally, some or one or the other kind of issues fell in, like maybe the small issues, but the earlier stage is not there, then it's very easy. Besides that, that what I just discussed. So, what I understood is that no, neither the cheap insurance is best nor the costliest is best. It depends upon the one should analyze the need. For example, my family need would be very different from that of Smita's, from that of XYZ, from another form, PXQ. So because someone who is from a family who has a diabetic history, and one from a family who are all are in good healthy shape, no diseases till the 50s or 60s, and someone is already on a BP or some medicines kind of things. So every family need is different. So just foresee that even if I'm not on medication, see what is my parental medical history. So all these things should be kept in mind before buying health insurance. And certain things must be checked. That's this should be read very very carefully. I would say that there are certain clauses that the where the cashless hospitalization is there, not there. Sometimes they don't provide the cashless hospitalization. You just incur the expenses and they reimburse later. So not all, but many insurance providers still follow this policy. So keep that it is not the case. And in certain cases, they cover up to a certain Smita, is my voice audible?
You just broke, there was some break in between.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries. You can carry on.
Okay, thank you. So again, what like certain diseases are not covered for the initial 2 to 3 years, or maybe 1 to 3 years, like the diabetes or certain diseases. It means if one fall ill because of pre-existing diseases, then the insurance company, the medical insurance company, the health provider won't provide you the hospitalization expenses on account of this. So make sure that your pre-existing disease should also cover. If not, just find out the other ways to cover this up. Again, check the number of hospitals which are covered by the insurer. Is it nearby your city? Is it easily accessible? And all these things you should keep in mind. If by paying certain additional premium, you can cover certain other things, then you should also take care. So the crux is read all the points very clearly that can be a concern at the later stage, because a small mistakes and a small mistake at this stage will cost you again a lot of money spending in spite of taking insurance. So that's what I observe. And Smita, could you would you like to share some of your experiences or your observations with other?
Yeah, I'll definitely share that because health insurance is like taking care of your health, ensuring your health, and it is planning for any emergencies. So probably I have taken health insurance when I was working, and I've also taken personal insurance as well. And what are the things people should, I mean, not only me, anybody should take into fact is like what is the policy amount, what you want to take, what is the coverage you want to take for, and the family whom you are covering in that. That is important. What is it covering? Which people are it covering? Your dependents, basically. That it should be very clear who all are covered. Sometimes in the office policies which you take, if it's immediate family. It might sort of a woman. It might be her husband and her child and the parents, and may not include in-laws. So those criteria have to be checked really well, so that the other members who are not covered in that policy, for them they have taken a different policy as well, which is very very important. Second thing is when take a personal policy well in advance along with your work experience when you're working in the corporate, or if you're an entrepreneur or you're a homemaker, you should have a policy, personal policy, apart from the one you have it from your employer. And also look at what are the criticality it is covering. Is it covering the insurance which you're taking for? So probably we are talking about health here, but we'll talk about other insurance as well, like vehicle and life and all of those things. But insurance, and what is it covering? So if you have a child, so if you're taking the policy for the child, what all expenses are being covered for the child? Or if you're taking like for elderly parents, it's an OPD facility available. Is it annual checkups that are covered in that policy? Or is there any emergency like ambulance facilities are available? All those conditions depending upon your lifestyle, your dependence lifestyle, and the need of the hour. It all has to be taken care. So when you look at the policies, what you need to do is a comparative analysis. That what is it that is serving your specific lifestyle and need of the family, immediate family, so that you're not running around, because in an emergency it's very difficult. And the most important is read reviews of people, of about people who've written about these insurance policies. What are their views? And next is, yeah, cashless is easy when you're on a corporate, but if you take a personal policies and all personal, apart from your corporate, what happens is your clearance of bills and all of this from the insurances takes a lot of time. Reimbursement takes a lot of time. So, and see the reimbursement and expense ratio. How are they cleared? So if some insurances take a lot of time to clear your bills or for the claims and all, then you should prefer the another company as well for insurance. These are all parameters. One each has to be ticked off, and it depends. It varies from each member. Like you said, that if the requirement I have and you have might be different. And very interesting thing is like when people move from one organization to another organization. So if they only have one health insurance from one corporate, and for example, if this has happened with to somebody whom I know that their insurance got over in a particular company on Friday and they're joining a company on a Monday. So there is a Saturday Sunday. In Saturday Sunday, what do you think can happen? The weekend, nothing will happen. But some mishap happened in at his home. So his parents fell sick, so they had to be hospitalized. But for that hospitalization, he had to incur expense from his own pocket. But if he had a personal insurance, that would have been covered. So people make those blunders. So when you're in between jobs, people don't look. You need to look at what the insurance coverage is. Very, very important. If you're a homemaker, you think you don't need it. Everybody needs some health insurance, and it's very, very important to take care of your health. So yeah. And also annual checkups happen, right? Like it's very mandatory to have an annual checkup to done, but most of the policies cover it also. So check which are the policies, insurance policies which cover that, and you can take benefit of it. And being aware of what policies you have with you, read your terms and conditions really well. So don't go by your ex-wife friend has taken or your brother has taken or sister. You look at your needs, what you have immediately, then sit down, do your due diligence research, not to listen to anybody, and then look at what parameters is meeting, and then go for it. I should not take a policy because Poonam has recommended or someone else has recommended. Is it meeting my requirement? That's what I should look at. Yes, if she's also recommended it, then I should also go through my needs. If it's matching, then go for it. Not blindly believe anybody that this is what is best. Because it might be best for them and not for you. For example, if I'm taking for my mother who's 70 plus, the kind of policy I would be taking, it will not be the same as mine. So look at the floating period where sometimes there's a 2 or 3 year period, holding period is there when you join a policy. So you need to ensure those, are you aware of it or not? And you should not do like you should not take insurance once you have the disease. It's before in when you're healthy, it's easier to get a policy as well. And don't go for cheaper policies. Don't go for big amount of this you sometimes you insure for very big amount. Insure what is needed, not a very big amount, not a very small amount. All parameters needs to be checked. That's the brief I wanted to share, Poonam, here.
Great, Smita. Now, I would like to add few points that it's not only our health policy that we take care for women generally, for a girl or women. It's the first priority is generally they keep others into priority before keeping themselves.
Of
So,
course, yeah.
and of course, if anybody in the home suffer, then the whole family suffers. Needless to say, it's men or women. So insurance should be taken care for women, but as well as for the other family members as well. So before taking the family insurance, just consider a few points. Like many people ask to me, should I take one policy for whole family? Should I take separate policy for everyone? Then also my answer is same. See your family requirement. For example, a family where working women and a working husband is there and spouse is there and there are younger children. Then it's good to take a floater policy, a combined policy, because one understand that the kids usually do not require that much of medical uh, amount, but the amount would be covered by the elder members of that is the father and mother. So this is the case. But if some family have a person who is having a senior citizen or may not be having a senior citizen, but that person is suffering from a disease. So it's advisable to keep a separate policy for that person and persons those who are healthy, because if we combine those, then the premium would be very high and if it won't be that effective. So take a separate policy for a senior citizen or a person who are suffering more. But it is also advisable all the times that for senior citizens who are 60 plus or more, take a separate policy than those who are younger, because if you just combine them, it costs you more. But the more important thing is don't take the policy for senior citizen when they turn senior citizen. Take policy for them much before
Very
they
early.
become the senior
Yes.
citizen, so that their premium would be less and they get advantage of it in real terms. We use the medical policy in real terms, real assets. So it is very, very important. The few things about the floater policy. Anything you would like to add, Smita?
You rightly said that floater policies are, if you add a senior citizen to your floater policy, the premium rate goes up. So you should, it's better to advisable to keep it separate. And for children also, people think that health insurance is not needed for children because they're very young. But ideally, I would say that look at your lifestyle, your need, because some kids, they suffer at an early age. But that also insurance is needed. So if it can be taken care, all depends upon case to case. So, what mistakes people do in case of health insurance is that they buy too late, or they take a lower or the cheapest policy or a lower risk to cover. So, these are the common mistakes which they do. So, what happens is then, so you would lose out on money and you don't get the benefit of the insurance as well.
Right, Smita. Uh, so, shall
Uh,
we move to the
yeah, Poonam, I
section?
would say suggest
Yes, the
to
section we show to the audience that it's not about the health insurance. There are number of kind of insurance available in the market, and they just glance through it and see that it's just to create awareness. If any of them can be of their use, uh, let me share my screen. If it is
uh, Yeah, Poonam, do share the screen because these insurances are important. The way the health insurance is important, these other insurances are really important as well. So one should be aware of.
I can't see the sharing option here. Uh,
Yeah, there is an option next to video.
share people. Okay. Okay. Audio device continue. Uh, 1 minute, Smita. Sorry, just allow me a minute, please. Let me stop sharing. Just allow me a minute, please.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Poonam, do you want me
I
to share it? No, we are
is
not
it
able to see your screen.
not able to see it? Then just
No.
allow me a minute, or otherwise, Smita, I request you to share.
Okay. So
Smita,
you're able to do it?
Smita, would you please share? May I request you to share your screen?
Yeah, I'm just, can you just let me know if you can see my screen?
Okay.
Just give me a minute.
Yeah, can you see my screen? Is it
Smita, your
visible?
screen is visible, but it's quite pixelated. Um,
Maybe
Poonam,
few
could you
more
try
seconds.
sharing the screen again?
Uh, yeah, let me again share it. Yeah, it's pixelated, you're saying, right? Let me
Poonam,
share.
could you try sharing it again?
And do you want to try Poonam or is not?
No, I just let me try.
Yeah, you
So
try.
just allow me a minute, please. It's open on my screen. Let me-
Mine is coming as pixelated, so yeah. I think Poonam is frozen there.
Right, right. Smita, if you can try sharing it again.
Yeah, I'll try. Are you able to see it?
Yes, yes, your screen is visible.
Poonam? Uh,
Smita, could you please
yeah, can you
try
see? Yeah, yeah, I'm sharing. Can you see it?
1 minute, Smita?
Is it visible to you, Poonam?
Not yet, Smita.
Smita, your screen is visible to all of us.
Okay, so shall I start, Poonam, talking about
Yes,
it?
sure, Smita.
So let in case you are able to see the screen, you can add on whenever you get a chance to do it. So first we talked about
Uh,
health insurance.
Sorry, Smita, you need to share the slide or whatever you need to show. We can only see your Google screen.
What screen can you see?
We can only see your Gmeet screen, Smita. We will have to see what you're trying to show us. If you could just
Okay.
share the, yeah, if you could share the slide on which you're working at.
Yeah, so that's what I was asking. Are you able to see the screen now, my PDF?
No,
No.
PDF is not visible. Only your screen is visible.
Okay, let me do that again. So we now is it visible?
Yes, Smita. It's visible.
Okay. So yeah, like we covered health insurance in detail today. So in that, what are the common basically, health insurance is regarding hospitalization, surgeries, and OPD and wellness programs. And the common mistakes, as we had mentioned already, that it buying it too late, some insured, or only relying on your company's employer's insurance as well, and also not checking the network and the other issues about the policy terms and all of those things. That are the mistakes which can happen while taking a health insurance. And what are the tips you generally can keep in your mind is that you start early, read your read your policies, document really well the terms and conditions, check for floaters available, and also look at how you can do it for your kids and parents as well. And review your health insurance annually to see what are the benefits being offered, what are the change in the terms and conditions. So be proactive and create awareness for yourself. That's what tell about health insurance. And second is about life and term insurance. And it's like providing financial protection to dependents in case of death. So so people do take term insurance, and it's a good way to do it. And so what happens is that if you're not around for your family, their things are taken care of financially. For example, if you have kids and all their education is taken care, so you should also take a term insurance or a life insurance, which is essential. And we talked about the
And
hospitalization or the health
just to add
insurance.
that, uh,
Yeah, yeah,
just
Poonam.
to add that this term insurance is once you will not be there, your dependents will get some money, but it is advisable to take the life insurance, and the life insurance is for a particular number of years. For example, I take it the 25 years, then after 25 years of maturity, if I will not be there, my dependent will get it. But if I
Yeah,
survive
that's
after
right.
25 years, then I will get the investment amount plus the bonuses on it. So wherever possible, out of two, select the life insurance. But depending upon the needs, if you have too much, there are situations that's then you can take the life insurance as term insurance as well. But life insurance is more advisable as compared to term insurance in general cases.
Yeah, both are really important. Yeah, one is for the life and one is for your term insurance. Yeah, it is beneficially for your dependents mostly. So you're taking care of your family when you are not around as well. So that's what it is all about. And the way we covered the health insurance, there's important concept called critical illness insurance. So sometimes some of the illnesses are not covered as part of the normal health insurance. So you might have to take a critical illness insurance separately. For example, a kidney failure, etc. Or for some diagnoses which are very critical in nature. So and they're not part of your pre-existing conditions and all of those things. So accordingly, you need to check for that policies or insurance policies available in the market to know which are covered and which are not covered. Accordingly, decide on the either the health insurance or the critical illness cover as well. And there is also personal accident insurance policies as well. So, for example, in accident, sometimes it could be death or it could be disability. So, all of that is also important to look at the terms because it can be harmful. You can make a mistake, like if you take a smaller coverage of it or you do not take the disability benefits. So that is the things which you should keep in mind. So look at what are the sum insured, what are the benefits offered in case of some mishap happens. So those things needs to be checked and in the policies itself. And there are insurance for women specifically when they go through maternity and all. So it is like it covers the delivery, prenatal, postnatal expenses, and even the newborn baby care as well. So look at the terms. So buying late can also result in a longer waiting period, and you can lose on the benefit as well. Poonam, is there anything you want to add on the accident, the critical illness, and the maternity insurance? Because these are all part of the health insurance, but they are bucketed it because of this specific nature.
Uh, Everything almost you covered, but in case of maternity policy, one has to take at least a year in advance before planning for it, because a sudden like a planned maternity is not covered directly by the insurance. Like majority of the insurance happening right, so and accidental etc, it's not necessary you take every policy. See that's what is critical for you, keeping
Yeah.
all the things in mind. You can go for it. And senior citizen health preventive insurance, I think we already covered, Smita, in the third
Yeah,
part.
so Poonam, another interesting thing is like in maternity insurance, there could be a normal delivery and a cesarean delivery, C-section basically. So what the people forget to check is whether different kind of deliveries are also covered in the coverage basically. So they forget to check it, and then later on it can result in an issue as well. And when you go for claiming it. So probably that is also needs to be kept in mind. Yeah, senior citizen we have already covered. Like when you take a floater policy for a family, it's better to take it. If it's better to take for senior citizens separately because the premium is higher. And in the old tax regime also there are benefits available in deductions, so that we used to take it. But if you are in the new tax regime, the benefits are not there. But yeah, so always ensure that insurance is not only for you. If you have kids, everybody should be insured. That's what I would say. And there is also something called income protection insurance as well. So it covers your loss of income due to disability or illness. So if I'm healthy, people think that if you're healthy, you don't need it, but it's better that if it's taken, if you know that if you can lose a job or any of those things because of your illness, it covers your expenses, and it also helps when you are the sole earner of the family as well. And the next one is interesting. Next two are very interesting one. Before that, I want to check with Poonam. Do you have anything to add for your disability and your family floater thing?
You already covered, Smita. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So Next is travel insurance. So what I would suggest is that people who travel should always take a travel insurance, even it is for 5 days, 1 week trip, or 10 days, 1 month, whatever number of the duration could be of n for n number of days. But if you take it in case of emergencies, those different countries if you're visiting, it will be helpful. If you're losing your baggage, if you had a small accident, you twist your leg, or any of those things, this travel insurance comes handy. So I'm a bit traveler, so whenever I travel, I've taken this insurance and it has benefited because there has been issues where I had twisted my leg and I had to go to a doctor and get those things done. It was all covered. And vehicle insurance is really important because if you do not take and please check the dates, everything for your vehicle insurance because you have to renew it annually, or if you take it for multiple year, it's good. And because if something happens to your vehicle, then the expense is really huge. And even if you don't drive or don't meet, it's not that only in cases of accident you need insurance. Sometimes water also gets into your vehicle, and then also those insurances things helps you. So I was staying in Mumbai last year, and because of the heavy rains, water went into my car, and because I had an insurance policy, it was covered, and I did not have to pay out of my pocket, only very minimal amount. But when you take vehicle insurance, you have to check what is being covered there. So what all things are covered? Are they covering the parts? Is it when you're driving the car and something happens to the car? And is it covered, or is it only when someone else is driving the car? Your car, the insurance is not covered. Something those clauses are there. So ensure that you check tick box all the clauses for the insurance, whether you are driving your car or somebody else is driving your car. Like example, you have a driver in your car who's driving it. Those specific clauses also needs to be checked because sometimes if you forget to tick it, and in case your driver is driving the car and it meets with an accident or something, then your insurance it's not covered. So probably those little tiny details have to be taken care. And sometimes it also happens that in case you are somebody who goes on road trips as well. So in this vehicle insurance, also you have to ensure that roadside assistance program. Also, if you pay a few more thousands of rupees, you will get a benefit of the insurance where in case you have a flat tire or tire gets punctured on those highways. These insurances really help you. And so next one is very interesting. That is loan protection insurance. It is about paying EMIs. People have to pay EMIs, right? In case you lose a job, how do you pay your EMIs? And also that time, these insurances, when you take for those loans, it helps basically.
Indeed, Smita. And the crux of all the insurances, analyze your need, what is exactly your requirement, just go for that policy. Check your family medical history, everything, and of course the area you are living. For example, certain people who are living in the risky area, where then the travel insurance. So analyze your need. And the second most important point is
Absolutely.
take insurance policy documents very carefully, keeping in mind your
Yeah.
future needs. That's the crux, I would say, of the whole conversation here.
Yeah,
Uh,
even people, Poonam, a lot of people think that they're not working, they're not going out, they're only inside the house. They don't need insurance, but everybody needs an insurance. And creating an awareness of insurance is very important. Research about it because there are different kinds of insurances as well. So probably if people can read those know about those insurance policies and the tidbits and learn from the mistakes the other people have made, it will be beneficial to them as well. So with this
Absolutely,
topic
Smita.
today's topic was only health insurance and as we discussed that it's better to share the other kinds of insurance also because people might not look at it because they feel that only insurance which is important is only health. So life is also important, term is also important, other kinds of insurance, vehicle, travel, everything is important because only when an emergency happens, then the bulb on moment happens and then they rush. But as you can't do something in that emergency moment, it's better to plan for that emergency so that it everything goes smoothly.
Absolutely. And Smita, next time what we are going to cover? Next
So
time,
it's next time I think it's a goal based, right?
yes, goal-based
So yeah, save
investment.
goal based savings investment. Yeah,
So I would suggest and rather request everybody that goal-based saving is something that we cannot discuss in detail. Bring your goals and bring your goals in mind. Keep your goals in mind, which goal you want, plus all the basic things we have covered so far, from the debit card, emergency, budgeting, salary, and everything. Keep that thing in mind. Then the next session would be a beautiful session. It's not just that we are discussing, it would be a collaborative discussion session where we all can participate and see how we can use those learnings for our goal based savings.
That's right, Poonam. So what we've done so far is like talked about money basics and daily finance, talked about emergency budgeting, and also explained how they can invest as well, and also covered insurance today. So now we've given them a basic foundation. So now when we talk about goal-based savings and investment, they will understand better how they can actually plan on their own. They do not depend on anybody else to help them with it. They can themselves go and do the research, and on as per their goal, they can do their planning as well. So that's what we want to do. So yeah, looking forward for the next session, which is again a interesting one because a lot of things depends upon the audience as well, what they bring for discussion.
Any things
So
before we wrap up for today's session, Smita, you would like to add?
is so I let me see if there are questions today. I don't think there are any questions. Shivan Veda, are you interested in asking questions to us? Or do you have any questions with what we have covered so far? So, okay, there's no question. So, probably, yes, there are no questions. We can wrap it up for today and see everybody on Monday again for the session on goal-based savings and investments.
Right.
Yeah.
Till then, take care of yourself. Stay healthy. Bye bye. Take
Yeah,
care.
have a nice weekend. Bye.
Thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much, Smita and Poonam. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.
You
Thank you.
too.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.